my God, Shuli. I thought about that. So funny that you said that.
Man, I'm an idiot. I have feelings. Yes, I was sucking a guy off on the airplane. Hey. 15-year-old Asian prostitute.
4 inches is fine.
I real retarded.
I got a tiny dick.
Laser light.
If you're
Wheelchair prison. Now I'm sideways. I never had a desire to go into the Nice breakfast. Come on. Susanna wasn't going to use.
Of Mike Morse.
Dom DeLuise. Does Susanna have big areolas? Haystacks Calhoun. Haystacks Calhoun. Haystacks Calhoun. Dudes, pay ya. I'll be on the prowl. On the prowl. Let's watch the dudes play it. Mike Huntsmells. Hell is him. Yes. Travel in the hospital.
You're fat and you talk like a moron.
Point DabblePoint. A Stuttering John Melendez roundtable discussion.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Point DabblePoint. We are live, joined by an all-star panel today. Of course, you know them, you love them. Rumble and Patreon's own Cardiff Electric in the building. Come on.
Dabbleverse.tv. Don't forget. Never forget.
Never forget Dabbleverse.tv. Also, never forget the one and only Anthony Zenhauser, ladies and gentlemen. And, of course, you know him, you love him. He's a big just do it. According to Rob Saul, he is Carl. Almost Buffalo Bills this year. Almost Eberger.
Oh, what a great season they had. No one expected the Bills to go as far as they did this year with their salary cap issues and losing their best players in the offseason. So fun season, and too bad the game ended the way it did last night.
It's like he was being held hostage and coached on what to say before they released him, and he just read the statement.
Honestly, it sucked. It stings losing to the Chiefs every freaking year, but it was a really fun year, really fun season for the Bills.
And, you're not the only ones who lose to the Chiefs every year. That's the other thing. Apparently everybody does. So
apparently, yep.
Gentlemen,
what's worse, losing to the Chiefs 3-4 years in a row, or losing? Never mind.
Oh, whoa! It's getting ugly in here. I will say this.
Pissed.
Yeah, he is bad.
I think everyone's over the 4 Super Bowl losses. That's going back to 92 and 93.
Never.
We're good.
We're talking about Stuttering John here. We're not done with the 90s.
Let's talk about all the losers today.
Well, another week, no John. But also, I noticed something that the cameos have tailed off quite a bit. And in typical John fashion, he has painted himself into a corner here because this is now his only source of income as far as the internet goes. Yet he has made it so now he has to go one-on-one with the insults. Mm-hmm. He can't keep them behind the members. He can't make it subscribers only. He's trapped now. If he wants to make money, he's got to get goofed on.
You could tell he hates it too. These last couple cameos he's recorded, because when he started, he was like already with bits and going through his stuff and animated. I was just like, "Oh, really, Lou Gehrig? You want me to get your disease? Fuck off!" He's so over. They're shorter, but yeah, he's charging more. It's back up to $50.
Yeah,
and he hasn't done one since Thursday afternoon. I think he might have priced himself out of this one.
Yeah, I mean, it's really all or none type of thing with Cameo. Like you're either part of it and in on the joke and you're making money, or don't open a fucking Cameo.
What do you think was going to happen?
Right.
Everyone who's been paying him money for the last 2 years is insulting him with those dollars. Do you think it's going to be any different?
And you think Cameo customers perusing John's profile or looking at the quality of the output and thinking, maybe Grillo would be a better cameo for my Howard Stern fan in the family.
Well, there are reviews for these cameos people are leaving. I don't know if you guys have seen any of these reviews, but here's one from Lou Gehrig. Told me to fuck myself. I could smell him through the phone. I had to take a shower after watching. 5 stars. There you go. Continue to be impressed by John overcoming his alleged crippling addiction to alcohol to fulfill his legally binding obligations to his adoring public. Carrie with 5 stars as well. Thank you. I don't understand any of the jokes you made, but my husband laughed. Thank you, Judy.
Those are the ones I really want to talk to. The ones that legitimately got a Stuttering John cameo for somebody in their life.
Yes.
And a shitwayer rant shows up in their inbox, and well, I guess he likes this.
Well, here's the thing. It's like he had categories to where he was putting your cameo. You can either ask him for advice, you could ask him to congratulate somebody, and then there was like a roasting one. They all became roasting ones. Like everyone he did.
Yeah, he's like, fuck you. Also, happy Valentine's Day.
Right. Yeah. Side note. Hope your mom pulls through in that operation.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like a motivational cameo. Hey, you fat fuck, lose some weight. All right, thank you. 5 stars. There you go.
Right.
No, I think my favorite was when he ended it on, so you're 20 years off heroin. Good for you.
Well, again, like I said, he kind of painted himself into a corner with this cameo thing where if he wants to make money at this, he's going to have to. And don't forget his other genius plan was that he would starve these shows, mostly Brennan, and Brennan would come through with another $3,000 offer to get John back on the air, where I feel like that's not happening Everybody's kind of moved on, and they're like,
I'm
if you
sure
want
they're negotiating behind the scenes, Shuli. It'd probably come back with a couple different counter offers and things, right?
Well, look, I mean, Brennan's in a position where he definitely could use it and definitely needs it. It would give a boost to his numbers and super chats.
I don't know. He's got Stevie Lou on there and Liam. I mean, it's star-studded over on that show.
I hear you, and those are, some heavy hitters, but Kevin's all about one thing, and that's the almighty dollar. So if he's willing to go into business again with Stuttering John, then you get what you pay for.
Well, hear me out. Hear me out. Kevin Brennan, Stuttering John, Bob Levy. Let's fucking go.
Let's go.
Maybe that's a moneymaker. I don't know. I personally think that anyone hitching their wagon to John, that's a very desperate move at this point. I have reached out to a loyalist of John.
Reach out to AA.
AA.
Yeah.
A loyalist of John by the name of one Clay Dabbler, who I have sent the link to for today. I don't know for sure yet if he's coming, but we have been having a cordial conversation. And I've told him, I said that I think the people want to hear from you. I'm not saying you got to sit here and be loyal to us. Stick up for John. Argue John's side of things. No one has ever come on this show to do that. No one has ever asked to do that.
Yeah, come on over and cuck it up.
Yeah. Why not?
That'd be amazing. Well, let's hope Clay comes on.
But I want to know what life is like for Clay after, because I feel like John in his mind thought he was going to hurt all of us. But I think it's people like Clay and Rob who are really hurting in all of this.
Correct.
Clay, sorry, go ahead, Carl.
Well, I wanted to point out before we got too far past it. So we know that John and Chad are mortal enemies at this point.
Yes.
Because police were called and gigs were canceled and all this crazy stuff. And I don't think that Kevin would possibly have John on his show because Cardiff was on MLC this past Friday. Brilliant appearance. Where Kevin was defending Chad as if they're BFFs. When did this happen? Where Kevin has to defend Chad. Chad's always been a piece of shit. Kevin said that 1 billion times, and now he's sticking up for the guy.
Well, I'll tell you why. He needs him. The scales have tipped, my friend. The mud shark is worth more than Kevin Brennan. That's right. And Kevin knows that.
No.
And,
disagree.
Yeah.
Say that. So.
Disagree.
Let me tell you something. In the world of super chats, which is the only world Kevin cares about, Chad is doing very well. And that is why Kevin is defending him, because Kevin can't lose him. If Chad were to plant his flag in the ground and say, fuck you, Brennan, I don't need you, you're a piece of shit, that would destroy Brennan.
Kevin did have Cumia on recently. He could become a Cumia cuck. And I will tell you, if Chad did something like that, that would get a lot of eyeballs. That'd get a lot of people talking, a lot of super chats coming in. Oh, wow. That would be incredible.
I think Brennan knows who's the get now. And it's Zumach. He needs him.
Kevin has to suck up to Chad Zumach. That's where he's at in his career.
Yep.
I see what you're doing, Shuli.
Incredible.
No, I'm not doing nothing. I'm giving you my thoughts. This is the way I see things in the YouTube world. That's all. Momentum. You can't buy it. You
Nothing
can't
says
fake
momentum like Chad Zumach.
I thought I could sneak that one by. But no, I'm telling you, this guy's on to something. And Brennan knows it. He sees it slipping away. He sees it. His people are over there giving him more money than they give Brennan.
I just couldn't believe how much he was defending Chad to Cardiff, as if Cardiff doesn't have all the receipts.
Yeah.
What do you mean Chad's a loser? And Cardiff's like, well, let me explain.
When have you ever seen him defend anyone on that show, much less Chad?
Not even his wife.
Yeah, something weird's going on for sure.
Thank you. I rest my case. Thank you. Moving on, gentlemen. I wanted to mention to you, Cardiff, because we teased a little bit of the season 2 tapes, and we're in the process of nailing something down to present those tapes sooner rather than later to everybody. But I wanted to mention that you're a big part of season 2 of the tapes, Cardiff.
Look at that.
You are talked about quite a bit, especially when it comes to the Zoom court debacle that John was involved in.
We're thinking about Cardiff. How do you feel about helping Chad Zumach out with these tapes this year?
How's that now? What now?
Exactly. No,
okay.
We're going to work on that. We're going to get you on board.
Listen,
If Chad Zumach wins Dabbler of the Year this year, I'm out.
tell you something. He goes at Kevin. He throws that gauntlet down. He's in the running. You can't say he's not a nominee.
You
well,
know,
he's already nominated for Fat as Zumach. Unfortunately, he might have to fight Clearwater Chad for that one. But there you go.
Shuli's just jealous that when on Friday's show, Kevin pinned me down and made me rank Carl and Shuli, and I chose Carl.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not mad.
You're welcome,
at that.
Carl.
I'm not mad.
I didn't see that part of it, but I'm glad you brought it up.
Who's my favorite kid?
Yeah. No, listen, you think I'm petty like John and
Bye,
Cardiff Electric,
Cardiff.
everybody.
See
Cardiff
ya.
Electric.
What do you think I am, some sort of petty Jew over here just trying to get money out of people?
Okay, so yes, the courtroom thing.
Yes.
It's discussed a lot because we hear from John exactly how it went down in season 2. And it's just amazing to me that you'll hear him talking to supervisors about this potato, like saying the minute I saw the potato in the Zoom, I knew something was wrong.
Wait, he's not using Cardiff's real name? I thought he knew his real identity. Wouldn't he just use that?
I think
Well,
he
not
referred
to
to
Kate. Not to
Mr.
Kate.
Electric
okay.
a few times. I think he referred to.
Cardi E.
Mr. Electric.
Now let's just remind everyone, he's saying all these things about how I destroyed him.
Right.
He's saying all these to Kate Meany.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
That's
Yes.
recording these.
Laying it all out there, his
Got it.
plan of revenge through the legal process, of course, that as of now, let me check. Yep, we're still waiting for it, and it will be arriving.
And I can't wait to hear this. Did Kate respond like, yeah, are you going to go to the FBI like you did with me?
Yeah,
what
it's
she
interesting.
said?
At one point, he talks about, I'll just say this, he talks about filing reports against numerous people.
Yeah.
Cardiff, Chad, and myself, at which point Kate reminds him that I am in the state of Alabama. And John's reply was, well, if I got to go there, then I'll go there. That's what I'll do. Which to me
Doesn't
says
make any
this isn't a well thought out plan.
I'm in the state of Alabama.
Yes. So we'll see where it all goes. We'll see what happens. Although I'm pretty certain that Cardiff and I are not high on the list these days. I believe Chad has taken the top spot. So again, momentum, you know?
Well, that's only because Chad wants it more. That's it.
Hey, remember before Cardiff got his Patreon and got all famous, he wanted it. He was hungry like that.
It's true.
You know who's most pissed at Chad? It's got to be Joey C. And so Joey C went to his house, and he's like, I did this first. What the fuck? I'm getting nothing anymore. Everyone forgot.
Yeah, he really did. He made Joey C. And now it's made Joey C. turn on his own people. Now he's fighting with Spider. And yeah, it's gotten ugly over there.
It's a great point, Carl, too. Let's never forget that Chad stole a bit from Joey C.
Yes, he was a mimic. Once again.
Hey, I was stalking first. What's the big idea here, huh?
Spider, why didn't you leave a hate note on his door? Why didn't you do that?
Let me get to some of these super chats real quick. Thank you, everybody, for being here. 1,100 in here. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit notify. When we're live that way. Get yourself a membership. $5 or $10 or turn on, accept gifted memberships. Link is in the description. Thank you. For conversion therapy, since you're late and gay, thank you, Looney Tunes. Appreciate it. Check out the Looney Tunes Critic on YouTube. Fidget Fan, thank you for the $2. Appreciate that. Hair Stutter, put on your cat hair covered corduroy jackets. It's Point DabblePoint time.
How old is that corduroy jacket that he's wearing?
I mean, that's really the thing I miss the most about the cameos is A, no filter, and B, the outfits.
Yeah.
What he chooses to go on camera wearing is fascinating to me. John will die alone and wet with his ring on YouTube's terms of service. With his ring.
Clearly. It might be an language barrier on that one.
I got you. Stop throwing money down the goddamn toilet and get super tip. Toot that train horn, potato. That was
what a limp potato.
Yeah, that was not good. You want to try that one more time, maybe?
Like an 8 chord.
Nope.
Yeah, that was the train whistle version of. That's what that was. Stuttering John stars in Johnny Neurotic. Smells like death and can't remember shit. Let's go. Nice
Necrotic,
song.
but yeah,
Oh, necrotic. Sorry.
almost.
Puffy with a $50 super sticker. Thank you, Puff.
Nice.
Appreciate that. I want to talk about John's calendar filling up.
Yeah.
With gigs.
Got some gigs coming up. Got Boca Black Box.
Boca Black Box, and I hear Ohio is going to be,
Like the funny stuff, the funny farm.
The Funny Farm.
Funny Farm, which is inside a Mexican restaurant.
Yes.
Right. Wow. Okay. Well, having performed,
Let that sit there for a little bit, huh?
Yeah. Well, when you say that to somebody who's performed in various restaurant / comedy shows, a lot of memories come flashing back. You know.
Oh, like a Long John Silver's. Oh shit! I'm stealing Chad's act. I'm sorry. My bad.
Like there's nothing that makes you second guess your choice of career like someone cutting through a prime rib as you're setting up new material you've worked on all week.
Whoa, humble brag. So you're at nice restaurants doing your comedy act. Okay.
Yeah.
La-ti-da.
See now, gentlemen, I know you're all big fans of OJ in the morning, Sunday mornings on the Obnoxious John channel.
Thank you, OJ. Yeah.
Thanks,
Thank you, OJ. But we were speculating when this news broke Sunday morning that John might be similar to Joe Matarese with his 97.3% Italian tour. John might be doing some type of Puerto Rican 52.3% Puerto Rican tour.
Okay.
And he plans only to perform at restaurants where the fart jokes will be the he can easily point to things on people's plates making fart jokes. So I think this is maybe where John is going.
All right, so I just want to point out to you and OJ that Puerto Rico and Mexico are two very different places.
It's the same.
It's not even close.
No,
very offensive.
Trump said they're all the same.
Right. Tell that to people in Ohio, Carl.
Good point. You're right.
I'm still wrapping my mind around Joe named the tour 97.3.
Dude, I just saw him. He just came to Rochester. It's the 93.7% Italian tour. And so he just wants Italians to come out, and then he tells jokes that Italians would like. It's so bad. It's wild.
Anybody here like mozzarella?
I swear to God, that's one of the jokes. He goes, if someone asks you if you want a mozzarella stick, you're like, I don't know. But if they say, you want some mozzarella? Then you're like, yeah, I want some mozzarella.
I watched your show, Carl. I saw that one.
It's not great.
Oh, God, that's great.
Yeah, he's got it all written out like on chalkboards, and he has it on the floor of the stage. So when he's wandering around the stage, and I love Joe. Again, I love Joe. I know you don't, Carl. But I
love Joe. He's a nice guy.
He's hilarious. He's a funny guy, but he's out of his fucking mind.
Yeah. No, I watched numerous times I've worked with Joe, with Artie, and he would destroy on those fucking shows. He's a very funny guy. And there were no chalkboards at that time. So I just want to throw that out there. All right. So, so this is a gig that Ray helped him get?
Yeah. So Ray talked about this when him and Ray were buddies.
Right.
When Ray was going on his show all the time. Ray's like, yeah, if you come to Cleveland, I can get you a gig. This was the guy he put John in touch with. And then John quickly burned the relationship with both Ray and the booker. But I guess John was able to dust off the guy's phone number and give him a call and get a gig, get a couple nights booked. Friday and Saturday night in Niles, Ohio.
Wow.
I mean, look, he's going about it the right way. I mean, you wherever you can get in, you get in. You know, it's like we've all done those. I did a diner once where they didn't have a spotlight. The window where they put the food up to give to the servers, they had a flashlight on it, and and they just turned the flashlight on, and that was the spotlight for the stage. And the guy,
a heat lamp was what was illuminating the stage.
no, like a mag flashlight, like just on the counter, and he would just start rolling sometimes when they.
So I like that Shuli says this gig's great. You got to hear about the shitty gigs I've played. Does not make what John's doing better by any means. The travel alone for 2 shows that aren't going to sell out, and he will make zero. He's going to lose money on this trip.
But you're saying it like he has an option, like he can
come back to the internet.
Well,
get insulted $5 at a time.
I'm saying stand-up wise, these are the options he has.
I understand. I agree.
Yeah. So, you know, it's like, it's going to suck.
Well, speaking of the Boca Black Box, so I think that's what, the end of February he's doing that?
Yes.
End of February, 1st of March.
Yeah. So somebody went on and looked at what the ticket costs were. And with the fees and everything, it's $35 a ticket for that show.
For what? Why?
for Stuttering John stand-up show.
Well,
that's not going to do well.
But this is also in the smaller room. This isn't even in the main room. There's a Led Zeppelin tribute band on at the same time he'll be doing a show, which should make for amazing audio. I can't wait to hear that. But $35 to go in the small room?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Right, but that makes sense. If you're in Boca Raton, what is that in trip-wise to him? That's an easy get. But when you're going to Ohio, like Carl was saying, again, you're spending way more money than you are making. I mean, even if you break even, it's still kind of a shitty thing.
He's literally going to do a recording session, whether he likes it or not. You know?
Yeah.
It's going to be amazing.
But work the Florida circuit, drive around, you know, save money. Don't spend $800 on a ticket to go to Ohio.
How about write a joke first? Why don't you start there, Zen? You're giving him rooting options. He needs to write a joke.
Anybody here remember the Kardashians? Anyone remember the Kardashians? I was friends with the Kardashians, for real. Anyone?
Is he going to Midwest states where they're still in 1985? And it's just going to be like all fucking good. Hey, just Jessica Hahn, am I right? Oh, shit.
I wanted to give a shout out to Dang Lizard. You know the Dang Lizard. He's in everybody's chat. He's a funny dude.
One of the OGs.
One of the OGs. He's got a YouTube page where he's been putting together these John reaction videos, which I love these. I don't remember what he was watching, but Dang has just put, you know, disasters and tragedies on the other screen. And watch this.
Oh no. Oh no. Something's okay, but nothing's bad happened. But that did not seem good. So let's see what is going on. Let's hope it's nothing serious.
Here's the best part.
Oh, it's great.
He's got the Hindenburg going down. He's got a few others to choose from.
There's Auschwitz footage.
I don't know that Auschwitz made the cut.
Oh, it didn't make the cut?
It did not. Harambe.
No, we have actual footage of John reacting to that. Worse.
Well, we have a little teaser later that we'll be showing you. Little surprise. So stick around. You don't want to miss it. Hey, just do it. Less John talk, more dog talk. Dog.
Rob Saul's boyfriend in the chat.
Well, since Dog Saul popped in here, I mean, last PDP, you broke the news that Rob Saul sent a very nice email basically apologizing yet taking no responsibility for the horrific shit he has said about your wife.
Well, he wanted to make amends. He wanted to come on the show or have me go on his show and bury the hatchet. And, I responded with, come on Point DabblePoint, because this show is what's perfect for Rob Saul to come in and talk to us and apologize, whatever he wanted to do. And he turned that down because he didn't like that Shuli was on the show. And then we got Chad on the show. So I messaged him again. I said, hey, Chad was just on the show. You should come on the show. And sent him the link. And he emailed me back a few hours later. Hey, I'm just seeing this now. Maybe next time. So still cordial.
I was busy fucking my dog. No.
it was still cordial. It was fine. And then the other night, wow, he just went on a little tirade about me.
Yeah. I mean, first of all, I guess the true feelings come out at a certain time of night, with Rob. I guess that's early morning Rob who sends the emails, and then late night Rob's the one who tells it like it is.
Thanks to Penis Wrinkle for finding that and posting it on Twitter. If you haven't seen, go to Penis Wrinkle's X account.
Yeah, and thanks, Penis Wrinkle, for watching. I mean, somebody's got to do it, and it ain't easy. We know that. So thank you for your service. But, being such a close friend of John, who is such a beacon for the LGBTQ plus community, to have a friendship with somebody like that, throwing the F slur around, full slur, didn't shorten it up.
Oh, it was angry, too. It wasn't a fun one.
It came from a place of passion, for sure.
Some would say willy-nilly.
Yeah.
And then the jealousy came in, because as soon as he called me the F slur over and over again, then I wanted to ask Anthony Cumia's D. So it's like, where did that all come from? What are you thinking about?
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't Rob's dad gay?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just.
Oh, I didn't even know that angle. So he's angry for a lot of reasons. He's got a lot of anger towards that. Yeah.
And he's a Stevie Nicks fan and drinks wine for a lot of reasons too.
True. Yes.
Yeah. So apparently,
how would you know that? Is there footage of that somewhere?
Oh my God! Thanks again to Penis Wrinkle. I got it now. You got to make me go to his goddamn page.
Well, this is what happens. I mean, again, when you do a show and your co-host is Vicodin, you never know what's going to happen that night. You know what I mean? Like, just out of his fucking mind. And I'm not saying he's on drugs, but it would make more sense if he was on drugs than just going on his show.
I'll say this to Rob, because he's very upset when we say that he's mixing pills and alcohol. Right. Even if you aren't, pretend you are. Right. Give yourself an out on your behavior. It's abhorrent.
Exactly. This is the guy calling you an F, by the way.
Yes, here he is. He's missing the M and the B from that hat.
Oh man.
So Penis Wrinkle shot me a DM, and he was watching that live, and he sent me a note with a link to it and said, Rob went on late last night. He goes after Carl pretty hard. Lots of F slurs being thrown around. Also says that Stuttering John is filing charges against Chad for harassment and a hate crime.
So, my sources have interestingly told me something very similar, that John has, based on Chad's prior record, that John has the ear of some law enforcement out there in his neck in the woods that are taking this a little bit more seriously, considering they have video of Chad walking up to his door and, putting whatever he put on his door.
Well, also, he's got to get the goo gone. He needs to be reimbursed for that. So there's going to be a lawsuit to get that sticky Scotch tape off. Fucking idiot.
A check crew's not going to be available till April to come clean this. So
luckily, cat shit cleans tape off your door real easy. He's got lots of it.
Yeah. So this guy Chad's been dumping cat litter on my lawn for the last 3 months.
That was the amazing part where Chad was walking up and saw the empty 12-pack of Michelob Ultra in the lawn. That was incredible.
I mean, yes, it's amazing, but yet none of us were really that surprised at the same time.
Just one.
It's like,
Just one.
Well,
Exactly.
my thinking is that he had the recycle bin full of them. It's just that they were falling out of the top of it. That's
Right.
why it ended up there.
but it's like when you're tracking an animal on safari and you're like, you come up to tracks, you're like, oh, I see. We have some droppings here. It's just boxes of Michelob Ultras.
Oh no, there were
He's
droppings too.
There were droppings. Yeah.
Joe Corson. John is in his corduroy jacket equals. Welcome back, Snotter. I love that.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Gar. Hey, even Richard Lewis performed at Rockwell's in Pelham, New York, a few times. Of course. There's nothing wrong. I mean, it's not great, but like, if you can do well in a restaurant comedy club, then you're doing something right. You
Right.
know?
Remember, that's the guy who thought he was brilliant, so that makes a lot of sense.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay. Now, Shuli, I know you're defending the craft a little bit here.
Craft.
Yeah.
Would you usually say comedians are doing those kind of things after they were on the Tonight Show for 10 years?
You'd be surprised, like on the East Coast. On the
Here
East,
he goes.
Yeah.
no, I'm saying
Can't
on the
beat this
East
guy.
on the East Coast, there are a lot of one-nighter places that guys will go and work out. No, yes, Zen.
I'm just listening. Go ahead. Where are you going with this?
So the one guy doing stand-up on this show, and he's gonna fucking listen. Thanks. There are places that you can go that are one night. Uncle Vinny's is a restaurant, right? Dice played at Uncle Vinny's. Like there are places that.
How far did Dice fly in from to do that gig?
Well,
So, I think that Cardiff and OJ were talking about this on their show the other morning, where it's like Ray will play places like this, but he'll set up other gigs along the way. So that it makes it worth his while to travel to places. If you're just coming all the way from Cape Coral to Ohio, and by the way, when I say Ohio, it's actually closer to Pennsylvania. I mean, it's in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
And he's traveling all the way there. So he's got to find some airport and then find another transportation from the airport. I don't know if they have a train system. I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And just to play these 2 nights.
But one of the reasons why Ray attaches other gigs to the shit gig or more shit gigs is because he has the ability and the option to do so. John does not. So, you know, this is what he has to do. And it's going to suck and it's going to be shitty, but that's what those gigs are supposed to be. That's all.
I just hope that the crowd isn't as sympathetic to Susanna on New Year's Eve night as the crowd in St. Pete's was.
Somebody dropping a plate of food while you're in the middle setting up a bit, like it's
Fuck off.
it's awful.
Again, I want to give him kudos for having the motivation to get himself some gigs, though. I mean, he is booking gigs, and maybe they're not the most flashiest of gigs, but hey, if he's making money and he's building, if he's going to be actually like building another set or building his setup, then that's one thing. But then we saw what happened at the first gig that he did, and it was nothing new. He had years to make new material.
Yeah, all of this will be a giant waste of time. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And knowing him, he'll probably back out of the Ohio gig rather than book a flight and get a hotel and realize he's not making anywhere near what it's going to cost.
Well, here's the
Who's
thing.
ever going to trust Ray DeVito ever again if he does that?
Right.
But is he flying himself out? I mean, there has to be a catch because he's not the kind of guy who will not fly him, who will fly himself out, who will put himself up. Somebody has to be doing this for him. So where's the rub on this?
I was thinking the same thing. Who's his agent? Is it Dustin? Is Dustin reaching out to these places? Because he's not doing Legend. He's not doing anything. You know that. So it's got to be one of those two.
Right.
Now, is he cutting them in on a percentage since they're booking the gigs?
No.
But my question is he getting, is the black box, not the black box, is the Mexican restaurant Funny Farm flying him out
No way.
to do this gig? Are they putting him up in a Hilton or something? Okay.
No, there's
So
no
it doesn't make any sense. He won't do that. He won't do it.
Maybe, if anything, they'll pay for his hotel or they can get him a discount on the hotel. If anything, they're not flying. And this Mexican restaurant, no restaurant's flying. Maybe Gordon Ramsay, but they ain't flying out.
You can stay at
John
Jorge's
Melendez.
house this weekend if you want.
Yeah.
Go washes the salad.
Yeah. I've waited 43 years and counting. Go Bills. Mike,
Oh,
Sorry, pal. Love to
Little
you and the
split.
fam, buddy.
Kincaid's got to make that catch. Am I right, Michael P?
Oh, man.
How does he not make that catch?
Trade him. That's what Carl says. Trade him. Jay Dabbler, sub Shuli and Carl. Mike is missing. Thank God. Also, since Jen isn't here, Cardiff, you need to show them tig old biddies. Also, I'm from Ohio, Zen. Fuck you. Thank you, Jay Dabbler.
Titties are out, Jay.
Chin Don, mofos. Keep on rocking. Love the potato. Who doesn't?
that
Google-
Dan Quayle.
John.
Google emailed me and said TSN paused memberships. Is that a glitch or did Frog fuck something up? We
Google
can
doesn't
pause.
email you. I'll tell you
Yeah.
that.
We can pause.
Yeah, it was a glitch or a troll because the excuse me, memberships are still turned on.
Actually, I don't know. If somebody could test with 20 gifted, that would be great. Likey, Carl, and Potato, long time. Zenny, more Jim Butterfield and Gugan, master of galactic filth, please. TSN forever. Thank you, Carrie, for the $5.
God, people say that I yell. There was a lot of yelling in that.
Yes.
Super
Well, it's
chat.
all caps. Yeah. Rob's dad is gay. Explains so much. Adam's apple doesn't fall far.
Ooh,
See that?
so you did.
There.
Don't you guys think it's odd though that he thinks that that's going to get to me and hurt me, calling me the F slur? Like
Right.
these guys who call people names on the internet, all it does is make it look terrible. Everyone who saw that clip just went, "Holy shit, this guy's a piece of shit." Am I supposed to be like, "Oh no, he called me a name I don't like"?
Well, also, it's like John screaming about, your parents got you your house or your parents helped
Yeah.
you with this house. And then we come to find out that's exactly what he did.
Right.
Carl, Rob Saul was on Cops when he was using Show Him. He was? What?
Wow.
Big and
Yeah.
true.
That's true.
That is?
I think we'd watched that one time, didn't we?
No, really?
No way.
Yeah, sure.
Send me that.
Look into the archives. But that's also what these guys do. It's John and it's Rob, two guys who are lonely, that live by themselves, angry at people with wives that love them, kids that talk to them, live in the same house with their family. It's very disturbing for them.
Way to bum everybody out, but a great point.
Yeah, well, thank you. Well,
How is
more
that?
you know.
How is that house not infested with roaches with all the cat food and his trash all over the floors? Well, Cardiff, kudos to you on the report, the animal control report that you had. Very in-depth, a lot of detail, but of course, the thing everybody was talking about was the photo of the setup for these cats in his bedroom. Oh, God.
Now that is a fantastic picture, but I still say the standout of that report was, according to Mr. Melendez, he is a celebrity from the animal control office. Like, that is on record with
Yes.
Cape Coral Animal Control that, according to Mr. Melendez, he is a celebrity.
That and one of the cats marked as obese was pretty good too. That was good. Yeah.
But you'd
but-
overeat too if your owner leaves 2 weeks at a fucking time. You don't know when you're ever going to get food again.
That's the crazy thing. And if you could put that picture back up for a second, the thing that always bothers the fuck out of me is the footprints.
Yeah.
The litter, footprints. Their paws are wet, probably from piss because the litter hasn't been changed in 2 weeks. And oh my God.
Didn't he leave for New York after he got that citation?
Correct.
That's
That
insane.
photo's
The
from
fact-
before.
Yeah.
Right.
And then he let those cats out for 2 weeks.
That's insane.
No, what's insane is, remember when if you go back to my coverage, the first thing John said to the animal control officer when she showed up or he showed up at the door was, "You're late."
Yeah.
He was expecting animal control, and that's what was in his bedroom.
Wow.
Wow.
He was expecting this visit. And that is how he prepared for the visit. Like when you have someone coming over to check something out, you straighten up a little bit. You want to make it look good.
Guys, when we
Boss is
debate,
coming. Clean up.
when we debate, is John lazier or dumber? I always go back to lazier. And John's a very dumb guy, but he's the laziest person I've ever encountered in my life.
Yeah. And again, I mean, it's an excellent point. Like, that's a picture the officer took. That's what was waiting for him to prove that he's a good cat owner.
And not a surprise visit.
Right.
Surprise. Not a drop in.
That's crazy.
But that's like going to the door, seeing the cop, and going, "You're late," after you just shot your wife in the other room.
What took you so long?
Yeah, what took you so long? Just a dead body out there.
God, man. All right, you guys want a little tease? You want a little surprise?
Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Do you want it?
Go. Get ready.
I'm going away soon. Hate to tell you, but I'm going away soon. If I go away, the Dabbleverse dies.
The reality is he will be back. Under 2 weeks.
I think he's going to take the weekend off.
You can't make money.
Yes. The Lauchie
dummy
puppet.
The dummy is back. Lauchie, the brilliant genius artist out of Boston. This guy's fucking amazing, and it's been a long process. He did amazing fucking work, and the dummy, as we're calling him, is coming back.
That's amazing.
Right here on TSN. It's gonna be good,
and it's pure nightmare fuel. I mean, once you really get a good look at it, it scares the shit out of me.
It's over to my left, and I can't tell you how many times I come around the corner, I pass the green screen, and I scare the shit out of myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is proof that Shuli's family has left him. I know there's rumors going around. That thing would not be in the house with children.
Let me tell you something. My little one was helping me unbox this. And,
oh, no.
And once I took it out of the box, she's like, I'm going to go upstairs and go hang out for a little bit. And she has not come anywhere near this thing since.
I'm going to go burn my eyes. I'll be right back.
Like, what'd you say? Oh, I got a puppy. You want to come help me open it? Sure. Ooh.
Yeah. That's exactly what I did. I set him up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's incredible.
Show it in due time, beef drippings, in due time. Play it again, please. All right, you want one more? We'll do one more play. All right, there you go.
I'm going away soon. Hate to tell you, but I'm going away soon. If I go away, the Dabbleverse dies.
The reality is he will be back. Under 2 weeks.
I think he's going to take the weekend off.
You can't make money.
Every time I see it, I focus on a different part. The hair is amazing.
Yeah.
The hairline and the hair is fantastic.
Just
wait. I mean, Velcro shoes. There isn't a thing missing on this. The tattoo on the arm, the sores.
It's also actual size.
Oh
amazing.
my God.
You're right.
Can I just tease one other thing? Hold on.
Okay, yeah, please do. Holy shit.
Yeah.
So, guys, we have to remind everyone, John just got his last paycheck from YouTube. So he's rolling in dough right now. He's feeling good about things. But a month from now, a little less than a month from now, when the 21st of February rolls around, there's no money coming in from his reliable source. He's going to freak out.
Yeah, I think he thought that the cameo was going to be like covering whatever he was losing out of YouTube. But then
I'm sure he's also putting in resumes at all the ad agencies in town. So he's probably looking for
a lot
other
of comedy
opportunities.
Hence the corduroy jackets.
Yeah.
And Cardiff, get ready because you'll be jamming with the dummy at some point because he's got a guitar ready to go.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I just want to see the puppet. I just want to see that puppet fucking Clay Duty.
Clay Duty will be a part. Yeah, I mean, it's on. This thing is like, it reminds me of Land of Confusion. Remember the music video?
Yeah.
That's the type of puppet he made. He's amazing, and we will go into full detail breaking it down at some
Shout
point.
out Lauchie. Give him a follow on Instagram and YouTube. Got a new YouTube.
Yes,
Link in the
Doctor.
description.
Oh, we put his info in the description, ladies and gentlemen. So go support the man. Yeah, worth every penny. Jesus Christ.
Stoneman 623 says, and the Ray puppet, which is very lifelike. And that'll be
Well, there was an interesting poll in Dabblers Anonymous that I wanted to run by you guys. Frog, go ahead and read off the poll. Oh, you have it right there. Good. What was the biggest factor that ran John off his YouTube show? So I thought this was interesting. The super chat insults, getting fired from his teaching gig, the latest Kate Meany recordings, or pressure from his family. All are great choices.
However, he had already announced he was leaving before he knew there was Kate Meany recording.
Correct. That is true.
I voted in this. Can I tell you what I voted for and why? Or
yes.
Okay. I put pressure from his family. And the reason why I did that is because you teased season 2 of the tapes. And in that tease, I was on Uncle Rico this past Friday. In that tease, he talked about how the kids hate the Dabbleverse and complain that he's on the internet doing this. And he says, yeah, but what about all the times that I was paying for your college tuition and providing from my celebrity? You can't have it both ways. A celebrity comes with good and bad aspects. So he was telling his kids to fuck off, which was fresh in his mind recently while talking to Kate Meany, which tells me there have been multiple conversations about, will you please stop humiliating our kids on the internet?
Well, and also he made that similar statement in season 1 of the tape. So it falls in line with the fact that John learns nothing and changes in no way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I like that choice, except for the fact that I'm thinking, what family is left to have this conversation with him?
Yeah, he didn't. He's gotten pressure before and didn't care. We know that for a fact. That's true.
I'm going to say of all the options, only one of them really shows that it was taking money away from him. Like getting fired from his teaching gig was probably the reason why he left, because he's used to the super chat insults, right?
Mm-hmm.
He came back 5 times. The Kate Meany recordings, he came back after that.
Yep.
So and that can't be it.
And called her back.
Yeah, and initiated another round of tapes and pressure from his family. He doesn't give a shit about his family.
That is obvious. He cares about the money, and I think Zen is right. And I think if I had to make a vote, I would say it's Cardiff's fault. John is gone, so direct it all to the potato.
But remember, though, John was getting paid bullshit at that teaching gig. What was it, like $12 an hour or somebody was complaining about? It was
an insult. It was an insult is what it was. Yeah.
So, and according to John, now John could have been lying about all this, obviously.
No.
But according to John, when he got his first paycheck, he went, what the fuck? He had no idea what he had signed up for. And then found out he wasn't getting paid very well. And that's why he had already put in his notice before the Zoom meeting.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, go ahead, Cardiff.
No, I don't even think it was his first paycheck. I think he was I think he was there for a while. And then he just finally I'm getting what? This isn't a day?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was the teaching gig that pushed him out. I think that was like he finally threw his hands up, and I think here's something that's not on the poll, but I think might have factored in is Brian Karam or the Army Major.
Oh, big news broke. I don't know if you guys heard about this.
Ooh,
we broke it on WATS on Thursday. Richard Ojeda is running for Congress in North Carolina.
Whoa.
Yes, he is running. So That's interesting. That's an interesting take. It's possible that Richard's like, John, I can't do the political show anymore. I'm working on my campaign now. We're getting real serious about this thing. I'm running for Congress. And so John realized, like, okay, fuck, I can't do the political thing anymore. Brian Karam doesn't want to be a part of it. So, yeah, there could be other factors involved.
Is there a chance that now John's talked about running in Florida?
He has.
Is there a chance that that's the reason he stepped back?
Oh, that would be amazing.
For a political run?
That would be amazing. Let's get John elected. That would be the
There's
greatest
a
thing the
Todd.
Dabbleverse could ever do. Get John
You
elected
have
to
a vote.
Congress.
You have 2 votes, Carl.
That's right.
Dude, I'll move there, motherfucker. Just to vote for him. Are you kidding me? Oh, we can get Fetterman in. We can get that motherfucker in.
How great would it be if it was John? It came down to John and Tan Mom for the new senator. That would be an unbelievable debate.
You want to talk about super chats? That debate, my God. That
Do
would
they
be-
have vice senator positions? Can we have both on the ticket?
Junior congressman.
Cardiff, you didn't weigh in on what your take is. Why do you think what was the deciding factor for John to leave January 1st?
Oh yeah, no, it was.
There's a lot of things that aren't on that poll. I mean, obviously, like mom taking away the Wi-Fi. There's a number of other options. He doesn't live in the house anymore. He's got roommates now that he can't be yelling around.
I don't know what the reason is, but the excuse was definitely me showing up in Zoom court because it was that day when he started screaming, "I'm out! I'm leaving! I'm at the end of this!" And again, in 2 weeks, I'm leaving because this is so outrageous, right? Like he had to go to the end of the month for some reason. I don't know what, if it's his OCD or if it was just, but again, it seems like something changed January 1st in his life that he can no longer be doing shows in his house.
Yeah.
Is it the roommates?
There is
theory?
something up to that, the
Yeah.
January 1st thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
because now he's doing all of his cameos out of his car.
Yeah.
Very suspicious, very odd the way he's behaving.
there's also another rumor I saw that a friend of his out there owns construction business and that John might be doing some sort of construction, but I don't buy that for a second. He wouldn't do that at 30. He ain't doing that at 60. No fucking way.
Maybe the Blaze, maybe he's a salesman of some type. Like maybe he's
Maybe he's got like a Sopranos gig, like a no-show deal, where he just has to sit in his pickup truck all day while the other guys
sucking guys, security guards' dicks.
His head slowly.
I was gonna say tanning. I was gonna say tanning in a lawn chair, but I like Cardiff's. What are the odds this drunk buffoon actually has new material at his next gig? Okay.
0.0.
Really? You're telling me he won't have one new joke?
Okay, so I have a theory.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to try to break this down on WATP because remember when he said I'm doing a one-man show and then his buddy called him up and said, "John, you've already written your one-man show. It's your book." And he went, "Oh my gosh, you're right. I've already come up with this whole thing. It's my book."
Genius.
And then,
less work. I love it. Yeah.
And then his new material in St. Pete's was word for word out of his book. That whole Susanna New Year's Eve story, I don't think that's been in the stand-up before. It did not go over well. It tanked. He bombed on it. But I think there's a real possibility that he's pulling excerpts and things that he thinks are funny about Baba Booey, ragging on Grillo. Like, all that's just going to end up in his act, and that's going to be part of his one-man show.
Cardiff?
Though, like that Susanna story, these are things he's done on podcasts before.
Right.
So these are stories he's told. But definitely all came from the book. I think that's what it's going to be. It's just going to be he's going to just sit down. And this is kind of what we wanted to do with him in, last March at the Carlson was just sit down in a giant throne on the stage and read from his book, read passages from the great, easy for you to say.
It's great. It's great to look now and he's not going to realize, but we all realize that would have been the easiest and most lucrative stand-up gig he would have had up until now, up until this Ohio restaurant gig that he's going to crush on. That gig would have been the perfect spot for him, right? Like all his trolls were excited to see him. They weren't looking to ruin anything.
Right.
They wanted to be in the room and just watch him just be him.
All his trolls were promoting the shit out of it for him. He didn't even have to promote a thing. We were all doing it for him.
Yeah. I said the other day, he's more Baba Booey than Baba Booey will ever be. He's made so many dumb moves, one after the other, and that was just another one. It was like the perfect gig for him. He was going to make money. He was going to get treated like a king. He had funny people helping him, and Cardiff.
Mm-hmm.
It was a no-lose situation.
We did subreddit surfing live the night before because people were coming into town to be at that thing, and had a great event that was very well attended, even though John had canceled months in advance.
Yeah.
There was already people committed to coming to Rochester that weekend who were there.
No refunds.
But I just came up with an epiphany. I just realized something. I think I have, if John's listening and watching, get out a notebook because you're drunk and you're going to forget this. This could be your next career. As you guys know, I'm a huge fan of Tommy Wiseau and his masterpiece of The Room. And what Tommy Wiseau was able to do once he came to grips with the fact that he made a terrible movie was travel around showing the movie and then doing Q&A with the audience. And it's become a cult classic where I've seen The Room live before. It's kind of like a Rocky Horror thing where people throw spoons at the screen and there's all these different things people do. They get up and throw footballs around. John could take One Too Many, a movie that none of us can find who owns the rights to because we'd be doing this ourselves if we could.
We've tried.
I know.
We've all tried.
If John took his movie One Too Many and toured around with screenings and people can laugh at it and hoot and holler and rip on him, and then he comes out after the end of it and does a Q&A and people can ask him questions about how he wrote such a horrible garbage movie and things, who wouldn't go to that?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. It's great, Carl. Now put it all together.
All right, yeah, I'll get that for you, John.
I mean, let's just find the rights and do it our goddamn selves.
I know.
We don't need them.
We've tried. Like, I know Cardiff and Vinny.
Hey, is that Brennan working third?
Yep.
So
Perfect.
The veto's pretty veto-ish.
Yeah, he is. Luigi Greenberg, 20 months. Love you, Luigi. Chad is lying. Knocking on a door and posting a sign isn't a crime. He has not talked to the police, but Rob can't admit that he also lied. Oh, interesting. So this is like the end of Reservoir Dogs, except everyone's holding a lie to each other instead of a gun.
stop pointing that lie at my dad.
Shuli clearly has an upcoming gig at a Taco Bell.
I know the way you're defending this gig makes me wonder.
I'm just saying, like, it's low hanging fruit to be like, this guy's playing at a fucking restaurant. But I'd be a hypocrite if I didn't say I played fucking restaurants as well.
Shot my special in a restaurant.
Well, that's just because he was hungry. But
That was your mukbang special.
Start with allegedly, but I know for a fact someone is on Opana, a extremely strong painkiller.
Oh,
wow.
That would explain a lot of F slurs coming out.
Oh, okay. Hamhead, is he studying graphs of where people listen from? Maybe no dabblers in that area of Ohio. Yeah,
there's no people in that area of Ohio. I'm telling you, this is in the middle of nowhere, but it's an hour drive from OJ, so OJ will be there.
Yeah,
I think.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Nope.
No, you go.
No, I'm shutting down. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm shutting down too.
It's the Uncle Rico show. Everybody.
Knocking on John's door and running equals Noga knocking. Yeah, Mars. That is true. That's what they call it on the street. No gigs pay travel anymore unless you're a big name. Also, it doesn't matter where the gig is. It's how much they will pay you. See?
Yes, EDR in the house. True. EDR I got to get back to him. He had a fun idea for a cameo. He wants to see if John will read the N-word or not.
Okay. Well.
So, yeah. If you want to send that to John, I'll be happy to play it on WATP.
Yeah. High Pitch Eric would. That's why he made 6 figures on Cameo. You know, you got to play ball.
He'll say some outrageous shit on there, like,
"Welcome to Who Are These Podcasts? White Power."
Whoa.
Wow, not cool, Eric. Most comedians are losers. Defending John because retard Joe Matarese sucks and does shitty gigs and doesn't make Stuttering John less of a loser. Where's Jenny Jingles? PWO.
They said Jenny Jiggles, not Jenny Jingles. Give the guy his due.
Her new name, yes.
Oh, Jiggles. Okay.
Jiggles.
Carl, do you still have Brent Hatley's voicemail?
I might. I had to check my phone. I might still have it.
YouTube Rob Saul on cops, Shuli, you dope. Yeah, it's not like I'm doing anything right now. I'll get right on that. The Bills, losers forever, says Netflix.
They were the final four of the season, so it's hard to call them losers this year.
Yep. Carl's in I'm rubber, you're glue mode. It's not going to work today, guys.
I mean, honestly, I've been watching the Bills suck for decades, and now they have a good team that consistently gets to the playoffs, has home games in the playoffs, plays meaningful games that we all watch, and it's hard for me to sit here and be like, they suck. It's as good as it's been in my lifetime. So it's,
I'm with Carl. I would have rather watching them lose in the Super Bowl.
Well, yes, it would have been nice if they lost to the Eagles in the Super Bowl. Don't get me wrong, but take what we can get.
Rabid Weasel, thank you for the buck. Shuli mocking somebody's stand-up is like Carl mocking dental work. I'm subtly calling you a hack while mocking Carl because I have extra characters.
we did understand that.
Yeah.
And I think Shuli was very careful to not make fun of his gig for that reason.
Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm just saying it's where you.
Are you opening for John in Ohio?
Guys, come on out to Buttfuck, Ohio.
Shit. I will be there.
Carl is Howard. Shuli is Robin. Zen is Fred. And Potato is Artie. Zen is a funny motherfucker. I've been in contact with Clay the last few days. Get him on PDP. He has the link.
Put that back up again.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm Artie. Shut up.
Zen is Fred. Zen is funny.
Right.
Was Fred funny on that show? I'm confused. What's going on right now?
Subtle. It was subtly funny.
Okay.
There's magic.
Less is more with Frank. Yeah. Right. Less is more with him, and less is more with me.
People always tell me Zen's great on the show. I love his drops. Give him more to play. And I go, you got it. You got it. Thank you, Cillian. Look at that picture of Stuttering John's cat setup. Now, picture his 8-year-old freaking out about having to sleep there. Then Stuttering John won't say, I love you back after he had to drop him off at Susanner's FSJ. Great point.
That's a great point because John even said there was a little bit of cat hair on the bed and Oscar didn't want to sleep on it. Like, I can only imagine what that actually looked like, a crime scene.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's lying, first of all. He's downplaying it. And if that's what it looks like him at 60, imagine then when he had money and he had shit going on somewhat, had to be a disaster.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, you only got the cats for the kids. That's why he hates them so much.
I would love to hear the story of what how that was given to him, the cats, and not stayed with the kids. I'm curious because he's not saying I'll keep an eye on. My gut tells me they're like, we don't want anything to do with this guy or the cats. I don't know. Maybe
cats smell like dad.
Yeah,
get them out of here.
Yeah, they're obese like father. Clearwater Chad dropping a skull. Let's go.
Skull.
Thank you, Clearwater.
We covered a lot yesterday about the keychains. We did the keychains. We talked about the electric bill over the last few months. He needed Susanna to take care of all his stuff. He can't be a grown-up. He doesn't know how. He doesn't know how to take care of cats. He has no desire to learn. So that's like the ongoing theme in this guy's life is that he is a perpetual 10-year-old living the life of a 60-year-old man, not knowing how to do anything because it was done for him his whole life.
But also it's cool he doesn't know how to do anything.
I mean, that's what broads are there for, right? I mean, that's what you broads do.
And he'll beat you up if you say bad things about him.
Right. But he even after they separate,
or get an adult and get you in trouble.
Yeah, you might call your father.
I'm going to call your parents. I'm going to get an adult. Wait till teacher hears.
Right, but he books flights the same way he books his keychains. Like he has to go to 10 different places when he flies somewhere. His keychains have to go to 10 different places when he orders keychains. It's that same fucking laziness. It's got to be laziness, Carl. It can't be stupidity.
It's laziness. And also, let's never forget, that John blamed FedEx for not having his keychains. He even wrote it on the sign at the party. Because of FedEx, the keychains didn't arrive in time. There's one thing that FedEx is really good at, and that's tracking your shipment. You should always know where it is.
And you think a guy named Keith Chain would be good at getting keychains.
I like the fact that they did deliver a package, but it was just paperwork about the keychain. How much paperwork goes into those fucking keychains? How many documents do you need? You know. Also, the cats, circling back, because somebody just reminded me, the cats were after the divorce. So if you think about it, this is his pattern. The same as the car for the daughter, is that the cats were a way for them to talk to him.
Yes, I'll take the cats. That way the kids will want to visit me.
Well, it wasn't even I'll
see the
take the
cats.
cat. Right. I'll bring these cats in so you guys come hang out here more. And then that now he's stuck with two cats.
Right. That was before the car. So he was using the cats, and then all of a sudden that didn't work. So let me buy my daughter a car. Let me lease her a car.
Let's see, Cardiff thinking of the cats in the car and the cradle. So I see the song parody wheels turning.
There's things going on. Yes.
That puppet looks like STDJ had a child with a bulldog. It's disturbing, and it's almost actual size of John. I think it's like 5'2".
Well,
crazy.
it is. That's it.
There it is.
Look at the nose. It's got the snot trails etched out.
Watch him come back out of spite just because he doesn't want the puppet to take his thunder. He'll be like, you're not going to replace me with no puppet. I'm coming back.
Wait till the dummy has a Cameo account for $1 more than whatever Stuttering John's Cameo is.
Yes.
Wait.
I'm signing up.
No, come on. Make it easy. Make it $1 less.
All right.
Make it at least for the bargain hunters.
All right. Nobody wants duty on the dummy more than duty. Potato. He's based on Clay Dabbler, after all. Can't rape the willing. Thank you, Looney Tunes critic. Trigger. God damn it, Shuli. I'm setting up a Zoom therapist appointment immediately. Frog, how about an on-screen disclosure before showing such a sight? Hi, Potato.
Hello.
Sorry if the puppet freaked everybody out, and the potato. How many Niles will John have to play to show off his new comic plan? The answer, my friend, is no new jokes were penned. The answer is no new jokes were penned. Got it. Dustin the Wind. I mean, not Dustin the Wind. The other one, Bob Dylan.
Blowing in the wind.
Yeah.
No new jokes were penned.
How can I hate him and miss him at the same time? All it takes is one return in any way, shape, or form, whether it's on Twitter, whether it's on Cameo, and immediately the feeling goes from missing him to going, fuck this guy again with this shit.
Well, remember when he had Pat Dixon on, and Pat Dixon has a very profound thought about the difference between love and hate. That they're both strong emotions. It's very easy to cross over. Then John didn't understand the point of it at all and tried to get Pat to repeat it. And Pat's just like, well, I don't know what you're talking about. But anyway, I think that's what we're all experiencing.
Dabbles, thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate that. I'll hit you up with one.
That's really gross.
Thank you. I've never seen that Stuttering John puppet before. That thing is amazing. Clay Duty, Stuttering John puppet, Cardiff and Tookie. We need to do an Easter special. Great job, Lauchie. Yeah, it's amazing. We'll show you all the goodies that came with it. John's kids are losers.
The Cleveland Indians aren't called that anymore.
I ran into Rob this past week and I asked him about Stuttering John returning. He said he spoke to him that day and Stuttering John is thinking of coming back to the Dabbleverse. I'm sure he is.
I'm telling you, man, John, he's a child, as we keep saying. And like a child, he just got a big paycheck from YouTube. He got his December paycheck, which he was doing those 5-hour-long marathons. By the end, he made probably one of his best months. So he just got a big check. And right now he's living rich. He's buying steaks. He's drinking the more expensive Michelobs, loving his life. And when that money runs out, he's going to have a panic attack.
You think he's walking around the house going to his roommates, you want a target steak tonight? You got it. You want a target steak? You got it.
As long as you cook it.
Yeah. Yeah, look, it was the reason we said from the start, the reason why he announced he was leaving at the end of the month is so he could sucker as much money out of people who wanted to get their last parting shots in for the month. You know, it was a racket from the start. But that's all the guy knows. I mean, you go back in the history of Stern and you listen to any time John is in the crosshairs of Howard, it's because he got caught doing something he shouldn't have fucking been doing that everybody else there understood not to do.
Well, they came to me. They wanted to sell shirts. I didn't know. It wasn't my idea.
Oh,
they wanted to sell shirts?
My favorite is like, you said you don't want to talk to me anymore about anything. And it's like, yeah, because he's had 5 conversations with you about stuff. He's done. He's tired of it. Yeah, that's who the guy is. Let me see here. What else I got? Is there anything on your list, Carl, that you wanted to bring up?
We actually hit all of the points that I wanted to talk about today.
We could go over his stand-up that he did.
I mean, to watch it go over it, I don't think anybody needs that. But I mean, holy shit, it was not great.
The response was my favorite. I put this on my board. This is just a typical reaction to a punchline from John's stand-up show.
I'm thinking I'd be lucky to get that on Christmas.
I mean, Zen, you get that reaction. Don't you just say, all right, thanks, guys. Good night. Great talking to you. Thanks for showing up.
I mean,
bring your headliner up now.
If I did that, then I would be on stage for 2 minutes.
My favorite reaction is when the Susanner story bombed and he went,
oh, fuck off.
The women that groaned.
I'm trying to remember what joke it was, but a woman, maybe it was when her water broke, and
it was that one.
Yeah, but some woman goes, ugh,
yeah,
like this, ugh, like it was like just a loud, disgust. I don't know, but maybe it was something down the road more. But it was, God, it was so fucking, cringe.
Well, he's doing Married with Children humor.
Right.
He's doing Gen X 90s outrageous, like I treat my wife like shit. I'm one of those guys things. And that ship has sailed. No one is into that style of humor anymore. It's like being a shock jock in 2025. It's like, yeah, that's not a thing anymore. No one's enjoying that.
Yeah, for sure.
You're muted there.
Racism is back. But that's
right. That's right.
Well, you have to be more self-deprecating or be better at self-deprecation if you're going to do jokes like that. Like guys like Colin Kane used to do those jokes where there was no self-deprecation, but he got away with it because he was a good-looking guy and he was kind of like, you can get over on people. But John is not a good-looking. He doesn't seem like he's winning. So when you're doing that, when you're calling your wife a lazy seed for not, washing the dishes when her water breaks, then you should be like spending most of the time insulting yourself.
No, instead he was talking about how he was friends with the Kardashians and was trying to convince them what a big star he was, as everyone's looking around at the other 3 people there going, yeah, okay, if you say so, it doesn't make this any better.
Yeah, mask it a little bit. Be like, I got my wife a dozen roses the other day because she finally parallel parked. What a dumb cunt. Something like that.
Yeah.
Now Shuli's doing his act on the show. I didn't realize we got to that point.
Just
and
saying.
I think there's a difference too. I think the last time he probably told these stories and jokes, he was still married.
Oh, it came out because during the stand-up he even said, "So I'm married."
Oh, yeah,
that was like a setup to one of his jokes. It's just like weird.
Yeah. In the course of that story, he was married, separated, and married again by the time he got to the punchline.
It's very confusing.
Because I think the setup to the squeegee. Did he do the squeegee on that?
No,
he didn't do it. But the setup to the squeegee was, my wife is out. I'm home alone for the first time in forever, and I can get DirecTV on, and I can watch.
Yeah. He's talking about tapes, like VHS tapes.
DirecTV porn. No, to your point, though, Zen, you're right. The way that those jokes work is if he's still happily married.
Yes.
So if you talk about like my wife, we have 3 kids, everything's great, and then you like get in some shots, then it makes more sense. But it's like, no, they're divorced, and the new husband hates John's guts. He wasn't allowed to park in front of the house when picking up the kids. Like, all of this shit makes all of these jokes way worse.
Yeah, because if they're still married, the audience is like, okay, well, this guy obviously has some redeeming quality. They're still married. She's sticking around. Nope. Long divorce.
Not even close.
Or they're like, I bet he's joking. I bet he really does love her because they're still married. You know,
it's funnier if you beat your wife when you're married as opposed to beating your wife and you're divorced.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Correct. That's what he told the judge,
Great
anyways.
Not as funny, ladies.
Eugene, I have something amazing. What's your email? The Uncle Rico Show pod at gmail.com, Eugene. Cameo idea, wedding vows, or asking, will you marry me? For John?
Oh, get John to do a proposal for somebody.
Oh, that's really good. That is really good. Or, you know, along those lines, like we have to put our dog down. What should I tell my kids? You know, like stuff like that would be fascinating.
Dear John, I want to finally marry my girlfriend, Shuli. Can you propose to her for me, please?
Hey, behemoth. Yeah, right out the gate. Well,
did you guys see the photo of the funny farm? Someone posted on
no.
Dabbler's Anonymous.
I didn't see that.
If you go to, maybe I can share my screen with you guys, and I'll pull it up.
I spend all my time writing on Shuli's Anonymous. To be
Get ready
honest.
for a porn bomb.
It's more fun.
Carl.
Well, it'll be a gay porn bomb from Carl, am I right?
Oh, hey-oh.
Hey.
Long overdue.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, are you finding it over there?
Okay.
No. There's a guy actually. If you want to share my screen, I think I just put it in there.
If you guys have in the chat, if you have any topics you want to throw up before we get out of here, throw them up.
So now Shuli's going to defend this venue, and I get it. It's obviously it's not a full-time comedy club. They throw the curtain up. They put their little sign up there. But the funniest part is that these people are getting their order to go in the front row here. You never want to see a bag of to-go food sitting on the table in front of you.
That's why the check spot is the shittiest spot in whether it's a club, a restaurant, it is the worst. Because now people, you're up there working material. People are doing math. They're not even listening to, it's the worst. It's the worst. And wrapping up food to go. Oh, it's going to be brutal. Brutal.
Yeah, for sure.
You done with that?
He's just eating free chips and salsa the entire time.
Can you share just the audio of his last stand-up? Yeah, Frog, can we do that?
For dang lizard.
I think he's gone. I think Andy's here.
Oh, right. Yeah, dang.
No, I'm still here. I'm still
okay.
here.
Oh, shucks.
Dang's asking if we can release just the audio of his stand-up.
We can make sure that it gets onto like Dabblers or something. Yeah.
There you go. Dang, email or DM me and let me know where to send it.
This is Vince McMahon. Fuck you, Mike Morse. Fuck off, you useless, untalented piece of shit.
Look at that. It's from Cameo. I like it. Let me see here. If there's anybody with anything. Talk about the Joey C. Plantation Free Spider. Yeah, I don't know enough to talk about that. I just know
I got him picking cotton right now.
I just know him and Spider are, I don't know what's going
on. Your name is Toby. You understand?
I don't know. I'm not up to date on all the Joey C going on.
You think they keep him like a pet? Is that what they're saying? Like he's just locked
is this something I should look into, guys? Do you know what's going on?
He's not going to speak up for himself. Somebody has to get Spider out of there.
Yeah, I don't know. Nobody else knows what's going on. So there you go.
Well, there you go.
All right. Well, hold on. I just sent it. Okay. Did you get it, Frog? Is it amazing?
This is not being curated at all. It's going straight on the air.
It was the Vince McMahon, fuck you, Mike Morse.
Oh,
okay.
Very good. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Eugene. All good.
Thank you.
Cardiff, please.
Yes.
where can people follow and see your magic?
Well, of course, you can go to patreon.com/Cardiff Electric. You can go to Dabbleverse.tv. But this week, go to the subreddit surfing channel on Rumble when subreddit surfing returns with me and big boy Vinny Paulino.
Moonhead is back.
And Jimmy will be there too.
I love it.
Subreddit surfing returns this Thursday night.
It's a great show. Cardiff and Vinny are great together. Go check it out. Support it.
And Jimmy.
Carl, please, if you will.
Yeah, so this Wednesday, Who Are These Podcasts? We typically do our Wednesdays and Saturday shows behind the paywall on our Patreon or YouTube. We will be live on our YouTube for everyone, 5:30 p.m. Eastern, with the great Adam Bush will be the co-host on Who Are These Podcasts. You can tune in and watch it for free, watch it live, participate with everyone else in the chat. And the podcast that we're going to be reviewing is called the Exploring Anti-Natalism Podcast. Are you familiar with anti-natalism?
No.
These are people who think that procreation is bad. They think that humans should stop procreating immediately.
Oh.
They think it's torture. They think that bringing babies into this world is the worst thing you can do as a human, and that all people need to stop.
Exhibit A, the Dabbleverse.
So, yes. In fact, I think they've used us as an example a couple of times and gotten more people on board with it.
Listen, I'll put it this way. Haven't made my decision yet. I'll be looking forward to this episode.
All right,
see where I land.
It's like that Steven Crowder thing.
Right.
Prove me wrong.
Right. Tiger Lily says, so in other words, incels.
Well, probably, yes. Also, miserable assholes who hate their lives and don't realize that you could be having some fun out there.
I believe they call them flat birthers.
Hello.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
catch more. Yeah.
I'll be opening for Shuli at the Olive Garden this weekend. Please come out for the breadsticks, stay for the comedy.
Manje. When you're at Olive Garden, you're family, everybody. Come on.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. We'll be back tonight. We're doing a little trainables action tonight, so looking forward to it. A little 1-4-3 for Carl. Thank you all. Thank you, Cardiff, Zenny. We appreciate it. Shout out to the boys in the back. Have a good one. Bye, everybody.